billionaire Elon Musk, you might have heard of him, says he would not lead the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, if he had his time again.
In an interview on the Katie Miller podcast on Tuesday, Musk gave his reflections on the success of DOGE, or lack thereof. Let's take a listen.
We're a little bit successful. We were somewhat successful. I mean, we stopped a lot of funding for that really just made no sense. That was just entirely wasteful.
Miller, who worked as a spokesperson for DOGE and is married to President Trump's top policy advisor, Stephen Miller, asked Musk, quote, "Would you do DOGE again, knowing what you know now?" And this was his response.
Instead of doing DOGE, I would have basically built, worked on my companies, essentially. So, and the cars, they wouldn't have been burning the cars.
You gave up a lot to do DOGE.
Yeah. Like if you stop money going to going for political corruption, they will lash out.
Musk also talked about massive transfer payments being made to bring in illegal migrants. He said Representative Ilhan Omar literally was voted into power by large groups of people from Somalia, or Mandani, who was voted to be mayor of a majority of people who are not born in America.
Elon Musk wasn't born in America.
That's true. He was not born in America.
I mean, I find we could get onto the DOGE stuff in a second.
Cautionary tale about the danger of immigrants?
I wish we could have kept him out, but sadly we were unable to do so. Look, I mean, I find his kind of race-baiting stuff perhaps the least attractive part of him. As you know, I have all sorts of issues with him on all kinds of different topics where I think he propagates on X terrible misinformation a lot of the time himself. I mean, I'm not talking about whether the platform is censored or not. I'm talking about stuff he pushes. DOGE, I thought, was a bad thing overall, not least.
Like he kind of thinks it was too.
I know, so at least we have some point of agreement there. I mean, just briefly, Robby, on the complete sort of defenestration of USAID, I thought that was terrible, and I did not think that the purported wasteful spending that was saved or eliminated remotely made up for the completely hollowing out of aid to people who are in really dire straits.
I am interested to hear him say that he somewhat regrets spending any time at all on DOGE and that he should have been working on his companies. Frankly, I think the most good Elon does for planet Earth and the human civilization is his companies, which are amazing, and which is why I could never, people like to say, oh, he's a moron or he's an insane person. He acts very frenetic on social media, but you can't do Tesla and SpaceX and everything he's done without having some underlying manic competence that he clearly manifests. If we make, the Waymos, if we get driverless cars kill. I was saying this the other day to someone, maybe to you, I can't remember, who I have conversations with. We do so many people, so much commentary, so much video commentary. More people die in car crashes every year than just about any other than heart disease or cancer. It's like the number one killer of human beings. If we could get driverless cars that are, and so far all of our research suggests that driverless cars are by an order of magnitude safer than driving by yourself. If in 10 years we have most people in the country driving driverless cars, we could save thousands of lives every year. That is a better use of Elon's time to work on. It just is, to work on that company. And I hope he really, I say this in a positive toward Elon way, I hope the lesson he takes from this is to double down on his companies, on making great products, on getting us to Mars, on getting us driverless cars, driverless electric vehicles. More of that, please.
Think of how many lives we could save if we just repealed the Second Amendment and banned all the guns, Robby. Perhaps you might join me in that life-saving enterprise.
We cannot do that.
Well, we can in the end, but it'll take a few decades.
We're not going to be doing that.
It'll take us a few decades to get there.
I think that's going to happen.
In relation to one of the things that has always perplexed me about Musk is his business success, because I agree with you, objectively or empirically, he obviously does have real ability in that realm. You can't just get
lucky that many times.
You can't, and yet it's so incongruous to me with his persona, which, among all other things, seems completely incapable of filtering out what information is true from what is false. And I don't see how that guy can bring the same quality to business and have success. He must be more judicious in what he does in business, I assume.
Yeah, I think he must be. Well, that does it for us today on Rising Live. Look out for more exclusive YouTube content coming your way later today. And please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the Hills YouTube channel so that you never miss any content. And for those of you who listen while on the go, of course, we are now available anywhere you listen to podcasts. And we will be back here tomorrow for our Thursday show. See you then.